May this aid you in the synthesis of many creatures.
Yeah, okay. Resource booster, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see here. Not like we're, got a whole lot we can do, bro. Okay. Let's see, guys. What's that going here? I mean, but David's done that. Good deal. So, whatever the heck the guy is. Shit. Okay. We can do one step on two, then we'll have to spin some. Flat out. Shit. Been wandering the wasteland, man. I'm just saying. Yep. 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 Anyway, let's see what we can get into here. Defense. We'll do that one. You know. Okay. I mean, they're pretty fast. Oh, shit. I mean, also, it's been pretty running now. Yeah. Hopefully, you know, today I hit that 30 mark or rank. I mean, that'll help. You know? They never go for my weather, but I mean, guys, that's a good game. I mean, there's so much to do and stuff. And, I mean, every lady I got older, I mean, still new honey in there. I mean, yeah, there's issues, and I'm sure they'll fix them with that too, you know. Other than that, you know, what makes sense they say? What you say, you know. There's a bet that there's they expected a completely perfect game, you know. And yeah, I am partial to it because of the fact, you know, it's my state on it, you know. I'm really from West Virginia and live here and I'm proud of it, you know. Fun as fuck, man. I mean, matter of fact, I mean, I'm gonna do these. One blade, you know. Really kicks me on quick. I'll be down here later today, you know. Sure do, yeah.
Transfer is still holding.
I mean, if I'd have known I'd done them, I'd forgot. I wouldn't even get on here, to be totally honest. I can tell you wholeheartedly Call of Duty's trash. Straight up. And that's not being biased. If I'd prefer to play it when I could get on, I was randomly getting disconnected. I mean, it's just a broke game. The game's totally broke. Totally broke.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, bro. How are you this morning, dude? This is the last round here.
Good, still grinding Warframe, I see.
Yeah, still grinding that day. And playing a little Fallout 76, grinding that too, dude. It's not as monotonous as the grind on this game, I must say, to be totally honest. It's something different. Which I'm a really big Fallout fan anyway, so, oh, yeah, I'm a really big Fallout fan anyway, so, it just been natural to play that game. Oh, shit. Wow, the lead popped off my house. And you know what I mean? It just come natural to play 76. There's issues with the game. It needs quite a bit.
Have you tried Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, sir, I haven't. Just, it's a Rockstar game, and I'm not too swiftly keen with Rockstar, bro, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? They're the only company I know that will ban you for their own mistakes, dude. You know what I mean? They'll screw around, put exploits.
They have it online.
Yeah, no, they have it online, bro, and I figure it's a pure grieve fest with the multiplayer of it. I would honestly think the campaign is great, but I'd say the multiplayer itself is just pure grieve, because Red Dead Redemption itself was. I mean, modders, hackers, you couldn't get on it and play it without people being genuinely shitty on that game, man. And I'd honestly tend to steer away from games like that, man, to be totally honest about it, because, at the end of the day, I'd like to keep what little bit of sanity I got to get on a game and
Follow my Twitter URL.
End up going about half crazy, playing it, man, you know what I mean? It's like this game. This is a great game. People are down it over the microtransactions, but at the end of the day, it's a really great game, and
curious.
And to be totally honest, there's a lot that's broke on Fallout 76, but weighing the situation right now at this point in time.
Have you seen Anthem trailers?
Anthem trailers, yeah, I've seen them, dude. I sure have. That game's...
Thanks for joining.
I sure have, man, and that game's looking really good. That looks like one I'm really interested in to playing as Anthem. To be honest with you, dude, Anthem looks great. It looks like it's got somewhat of a feel to this game, Destiny, like a bunch of games combined. That game does, and that game really looks good, dude. To be totally honest about it, it looks really good. Not just saying it. The game looks great, dude. I think unless they screw around and destroy it, man, trying to, with the loot boxes and that shit, I think it'll be a really great game, dude.
Which character do you like the best?
Surin's my pick of all the Warframes, bro. She's ugly, but she'll get the job done, dude. You know what I mean? To be totally honest with you. Surin's ugly, but she will get the job done. Straight up. she's really good about that, man. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, infestation. She's normally what I play on, dude, to be honest with you. But yeah, Anthem looks really good, dude. I think that's going to be...
I've been liking Mag lately.
Mag, yeah. Never played that much on her. I have her. I ranked them up half my... To be honest with you, dude, I've not played much on any of them. I have them all, but I've ranked them up and put them up, dude, and just go to the ones that I don't have to do anything to, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, to be honest, a little easier that way, you know. And more than a little, it's a lot easier that way.
Sometimes the game gets stale, so I revisit Warframes.
Yeah. Now the game gets stale all the time, bro, to be honest. It will till we get 14 or something new to do, you know. I mean, totally honest about it, you know. Till we get 14, bro, it's gonna be, kind of really stale. I mean, to be honest, dude, we took up the attributions open now, and they're pretty cool, but they need to work on shit for a dude to do, bro. I mean, they do a good job at making it not so tedious about the grind, but nonetheless.
What class do you like in Anthem? They released a video of the classes.
I haven't got to see the video with the classes yet, though, dude. I'll have to check that out, you know. To be honest with you, I didn't know they'd released one, dude. I'll go check it out. I mean, the game looks great, and if the mechanics treat it as good as the video of it, I mean, that's going to be a great game, dude. I mean,
they showed off their abilities.
Oh, did they? If the mechanics on that game are,
they have a sign up for a closed alpha.
Oh, did they? Closed beta on it? That's about time. That game's been in the works quite a while, isn't it? I mean, from the way I've heard it, you know, it's been in the works quite a while. You know.
Deadline is December 8th.
December 8th. So we'll be getting it probably January of next year. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They say
February, that's still pretty good, bro. That's something new to play anyway, though. It'll be halfway decent, dude. I think DE pissed a lot of people off over with the way they done with 14, but with, you know, PC's gonna come first. But, I mean, he's held back on releases, dude, as,
Closed alpha in deck, demo in Jan, game in Feb.
That'll be pretty cool, bro. I mean, to be honest. I mean, to be told, that dude died. That's what, when they die during these, man, you're out of it. You know what I mean? Honestly, what happened there? Dude died. But, yeah, I mean,
They are going to do microtransactions for cosmetics, like Warframe does.
yeah, but the big difference with Warframe is the game's free to play, bro, and you're not putting $60 in it. I mean, in all fairness of Warframe, when it comes to that, dude, I mean, I've not seen a game yet that, went as far as Warframe has when it comes to, you know, making it more cost. I mean, to me, microtransactions in a game that you have already paid for is shitty, bro. I mean, even if it's being just cosmetic, it is shitty. I mean, if there's no way to get that in that game without buying it through microtransactions, that's just a shitty game, and I mean, that's, the greed is too high, man. I mean, they're already, we're paying $60 for games, bro, that we're not getting half for, and they're designing them to rob us for money, man. I mean, I mean, this game here, everything but a couple cosmetics, the premium.
I prefer cosmetic microtransactions because I like customizing my character.
Well, I prefer them too, dude. I mean, to be honest with you, but a game like that you pay for, I just honestly don't feel that you should.
Thanks for joining.
You should have to.
Before there were, everyone looked the same.
True, and once they found out that people would pay to look different, bro, I mean, back in the day, bro, Call of Duty would give you shit for playing their game, dude. I mean, they would honestly give you didn't have to buy, they give it to you, dude. I mean, and, I guess that's why I like DE so good there, bro. You know, DE still gives. I mean, what's a credit in a game? I mean, a credit that you're already farming out in this game. I mean, and they'll give you stuff, bro. It might be little stuff, but nonetheless, they'll give you all the other cosmetics.
Hillbilly Style Gaming, please subscribe.
Can be bought from Barukatir. I mean, you know, like I said, and other than that, you can also buy it with platinum that you can farm out of the game, dude. I mean, just the prime stuff is all you really have to pay for, dude. And I mean, and I won't lie, I buy it to help contribute it toward them, bro. Because I mean, they gotta make some money to keep it going. But now that these games that you're having to pay for, dude, and then you gotta pay for stuff within them, I find that just shitty, bro. I mean, to be totally honest, because, like I said, we didn't give $60 for Warframe. It was a free download. We know what we were getting. This microtransaction bullshit's going too far, dude. I cannot wait until Congress gets done with their gets done with their inquiry of this stuff, because
the problem is games have been $60 for close to 10 to 15 years, and with inflation, they make less and less money. They need a way to.
They get rich regardless,
Loot
bro.
boxes are bullshit, I agree.
They get rich regardless, bro, with their DLCs and their add-ons, dude. I mean, I beg to differ on that deal there. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. They raise the game to $70, whatever, and put it back like it used to be, bro. Because I don't like these hidden prices in games, dude. I mean, that's and a lot of gamers don't, and they're really speaking out against it, dude. And just loot boxes, it's microtransactions in general. People are really getting pissed about, because, but I'm like you, as long as it's cosmetic. But even with cosmetics, like I'll give you a good example. Elder Scrolls, one of them. They have cosmetics in the game and cannot be got within the game, and a monthly subscription, dude. I mean, you're paying a monthly subscription to that game, which I did forever. And here it is, you still don't get the cosmetics, man. I mean, they're borderline shady, dude. I mean, seriously, and that's a Bethesda Bethesda game, which and even the Bethesda this time with Fallout 76 was smart enough to go ahead and add with microtransactions, of course, but they were smart enough to add it into the game itself, so they can say, well, you can buy this stuff.
The only microtransactions I like are cosmetics. Loot boxes should be illegal. Let me buy what I want directly.
Well, I agree with you there, and loot boxes are on the verge of being illegal, dude. I mean, my country, I'm not for sure where you live, but in the United States, they're already...
They should not affect gameplay.
That's what's so pissy about them, bro. Like EA come out and said, it doesn't affect the play of game. That's bullshit. And Activision, it's the same thing. That's bullshit, because these loot boxes hold weapons that you can never get without playing or paying to play them. I mean, paying for them. And look at the decline of their games, dude, and the quality. I mean, I played Black Ops 4 last night, dude, and it's broke. It's trash, dude. I mean, it's honestly, that game is trash. I mean, I kind of thought it'd be somewhat that people were really down on it for just because of, the loot boxes and shit like that, but it's literally trash, bro. I mean, it is broke.
I crush at the game.
Yeah, I'm glad you do, bro, because in my opinion, it's fucking broke. I mean, and then that's another thing, dude. People, the consumer don't want to put no more than $50 and $60 in a game. The way we get jaded and shit with games, bro. I mean, you buy a trashy game, that's $60, bro, that you'll never get back, even if you went to GameStop, and GameStop's not gonna give you damn money back.
I played 700 Blackout games and 100 games won.
I'm glad you like it, bro, because I think it's a piece of trash, dude. I mean, and also PUBG's coming out this
130.
Month. You've lived on that fucking game, dude. I mean, I mean, to play that many, you've lived on that damn game, bro. I mean, I'm not, I mean, I'm just, being honest, dude. That game was broke, bro. That's unlike no Call of Duty I've ever played, bro. It's literally broke. I mean, seriously. I mean, I don't say you stayed on it that long by that to fucking to play it that much, bro. I mean, to be honest about it, I played it for about 3 or 4 hours.
If you allow the people to pay for progress in a game, players will get bored easily and no one will play it if they don't have to work for a...
No, dude. Progress is one thing, literally just making a shitty game is another, bro. And I mean, straight up, that game, and even down to the last games that's released in the past few months have so bad of reviews on them, dude. And not just from gamers like me or you, from big legit companies that they are paying to endorse their shit that they can't endorse it, bro. I mean, how do you endorse something that they didn't even take the time to fix? The graphics in that game, bro, Bike Up or MW2 look better. I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, and they opted. I mean, seriously, bro. They opted out from a campaign that all the Call of Duty players loved their campaigns. They didn't even want to make a campaign, bro. They went for a battle royale to copy Fortnite and PUBG. And like I said, buy PUBG this month as it downloads, dude. You'll see how battle royals are done, and it's nothing like Fortnite nor Black Ops. I mean, seriously. They're finally bringing it over to the PS4, and they're totally different, dude. I mean, from...
My problem is they release a game shell, then release DLC that is really the meat of the game that should have been released with it.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%, bro. But I mean, that's what they're doing to us. They release, and half the time what they release, dude, is broke. I mean, they won't even take the time to even fix
Follow
that.
my Twitter URL.
You know what I mean, dude? They won't even take enough time to fix that much of it. Like Fallout 76, they've given shitloads of updates, and in my opinion, that game is still broke and needs a hell of a lot more done to it. I mean, a whole lot more done to it. I mean, the weight on it, your weight is ridiculous. I mean, totally ridiculous. They limited the storage to where, I mean, like with Fallout 4, Fallout 3, all those, you had unlimited storage. Therefore, you could collect everything you wanted, and now they finally give us a...
Thanks for joining.
You know, they give us a taste of what we wanted, but they turn around and limited storage. A lot of shit's broke in the game. I mean, let's just be honest about it. And but with Bethesda, I will say they will then.
Your choices in gaming now are make paid DLC and give cosmetics for free. Then people can't afford DLC, so you split your player base.
Well, in my opinion, what is $15 for a DLC, bro, or $50 for a game pass to what you will funnel into loot boxes and cosmetics? That is my whole point, dude.
Or free DLC and paid cosmetics so player base stays together.
That's basically what Warframe does. I mean, and it works. I mean, you at least with the like you said, with the cosmetics, you can decide, I really have to have this, or, you know, instead of it being weapons and shit to game breakers, pay to win. I mean, I agree with you about the cosmetics. At least it is cosmetics, and it's not weapons and stuff.
To me, that's how they do it right.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people that would rather have the DLC and pay for the DLCs than the cosmetics. And I understand your point about, you know, the DLCs being so costly, but most do it anymore, bro. You'll pay for both. You'll pay for the DLC and the cosmetics, and that's just totally wrong on, you know what I mean? That's just totally wrong, dude.
You can play with friends across any event, mission, or content regardless if they have money or not.
True, but if when they ever want to fool me and stop all this bullshit, they'll cross-platform every games, every console.
Destiny Season Pass was $80.
Yeah, I know, and they got like a $70 one on the dashboard right now, and I like Destiny to start with, but that game release broke with a shitload of micro. I mean, that's all we're getting, bro, as loot boxes and microtransactions, and I mean it's gamers are, I mean, not just gamers, kids are stealing their parents' credit cards and shit, and they're hollering, kids are not doing this. Kids are the 90% of why the
play arbitration with decent weapons in a frame that doesn't die in 2 seconds, bro. On top of the $60 and another $60 for last year's season pass.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody asked you your goddamn opinion, and you. Let me ask you, sir, fuckface. Who gives a fuck what you got to say, motherfucker? Get the hell out of here, stupid ass, fucking piece of shit. There you go, bud. Throw your ass out of here. I ain't over the last time you come along, you and your buddy, or Brony, you fucking pony in it. I agree with you, bro, about but to me, giving $60 and going ahead and getting all the content, but you seem to forget, bro. Those games are basically throwaway games anyway, dude. I mean, like to me, they're throwaway games in 1 year's time.
Hillbilly Style Gaming, please subscribe.
In 1 year, bro, they will be
if
another
you wanted
one made.
to play content with all your friends in Destiny, everyone would have to spend $200 apiece.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. Plus, they're rushing them out the door, and they're basically getting to be a throwaway game. I mean, I agree with you 100% on that. I mean, but you're talking about a developer, dude, that will not change its ways, bro. You're playing their same game when you play Black Ops, Activision. Them's corporate heads running that deal, dude. It's not the developers. I mean, at one time, Bungie gives stuff away, and believe that or not, but Bungie did give stuff away. Then they went over and buddied up with Activision, and they've been shit ever since, dude. I mean, totally, they have been...
Due to cosmetic microtransactions, I can play Warframe for 5 years now without spending a dime if I wanted to.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with you 100%. You do not have to spend 1 penny on this game to play it. And the game adds content on a good, normal basis that most developers can't keep up with them. I mean, to be honest, and like you said, here this game is 5 years in, and we've done seen the death of one Destiny going on.
Microtransactions can be a blessing and a curse. The company just can't be greedy.
Yep, I agree with you, bro. If when they're done in like the way Warframe does them, compared to the way Activision, EA. I mean, they destroyed Battlefront 2, bro. EA did with microtransactions and loot boxes. They gutted that game, dude. I mean, but I would think it would be fair to up their prices. I mean, $60, like you said, and it been this long we have been paying $60 for games, which everybody expects that is a norm of $60 for a game. I don't honestly feel that you know, that they do deserve more when it comes to it. But on the same hand, if they're going to litter them with microtransactions and stuff like that, why give them more? Because you're going to spend more to get what you want out of it. You know what I mean? It's I just honestly think the loot boxes are gambling, and they seriously should be took out of the game. I mean, to be totally honest about it, they should. They do not need to be in the game. They do need to be took out. And until they are, but that's going to bring Congress down on the gaming industry, which it's been coming. I mean, it totally has been coming for quite a bit now that Congress is going to there's billions of dollars being spent there that you can bet that the government wants their hands in on. That I mean absolutely, there's billions.
I agree. If I decide I want to buy something, I should have the right to buy it directly, not pay and hope I get what I want.
Exactly. I mean, that's why you do the loot boxes, because you're looking for specific. I mean, like with Black Ops and them, the duplicates. How many times, dude, have you had to burn duplicates, dude? I mean, it's rigged to make you spend, and it's rigged gambling. I mean, it's honestly rigged, and I'm like you. I don't mind paying it for cosmetics or mounts, you know, of like that. I don't mind paying it for that, but I'm not going to funnel money into something I know the odds are stacked against me, bro. I mean, and they're really stacked against you.
Thanks for joining.
And with the loot boxes, I mean, the loot boxes in general, not the cosmetics. The cosmetics always seem to end up being straight prices, and that's the way it should be. Put a price on your product, and you're not gambling to get it. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, now that they've been called out over using the gambling system, the same as they put on a slot machine or something of that nature, they're coming up with this bullshit. Oh, well, there's other ways of getting them. Yeah, they are, if you want to grind yourself to death in the game. I never played Battlefront, to be honest, and so I don't know how that works on Battlefront, but I have played the Call of Duties and know how they work. And you can grind your ass to death, and you won't get no more than, what, a couple boxes a day if you're lucky. I mean, and at the most, a couple, 3, maybe 4 if you're really lucky and you grind all day and live on it. But, I mean, so, and then there'll be a weapon, and, I mean, with weekly, what, 2 week a day updates anymore, adding weapons, and I mean, they still add weapons to Black Ops 3. I mean, that says a lot, that they still do that to suck that game dry from microtransactions. I mean, and that game's what, 4 or 5 years old, going on 5 years old now, 4 or 5, and they still done it. I mean, no new content, but they don't care to keep adding guns to it. I mean, really sad, bro, that we're getting taken advantage of like we are when it comes to microtransactions for the loot boxes. I mean, them loot boxes are just, I never would buy them, bro, to be honest. EA started it with Mass Effect 3, and I thought, which, you know, you could grind the game, and there was a glitch or two you could do that to get boxes that really didn't matter where you did it with in-game currency too for playing, and then, you know, I mean, Call of Duty just opened up a new world for them and EA, and I mean, it's been a downhill spiral ever since. I mean, it like I said, it's so big that Congress has even got in it because they're not going to. Congress is, you know, it is gambling. I mean, people can say whatever, but it is gambling. I mean, straight up, it's gambling, and
That's it. Open the relic.
And
finish
I mean,
your mission, and we'll take a look inside.
But if EVA
I will consider what
would
I have learned
step
from the
up
skirmish.
and do what they should,
Extraction is
that
ready.
these little
Unless
kids,
you can handle more of the enemy.
that these little kids are not on the game. I mean, would be, it's kids that are abusing it and getting addicted to it, and they're, I mean, it honestly, it's kids.
I think microtransactions can help people with lower income be able to play a game by giving higher income people something if they pay more.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Or, you know, and then you got the loot boxes that are just literally putting people into bankruptcy. I mean, to be honest, you got you got the you got the loot boxes that are just absolutely I've always been a firm believer when it comes to the loot boxes. They never needed to be in games from the beginning.
Yeah, that is sad. People addicted to it.
Yeah, addicted, very bad, bro.
Especially the kids.
Yeah, the kids are really getting addicted. It's that thrill of opening them boxes. And they will literally max out their parents' credit cards and stuff, bro, to do that. I mean, you know, it's no wonder parents...
Instant gratification.
Yep, like you
The
said,
generations from the 9-0 to now have been on a steady curve upward towards the need for instant gratification.
Yes, sir.
Skipping the rest. No one wants to work for things anymore.
I agree with you, Christopher. Absolutely. No one does want to work for them anymore. You know, to where we used to get the stuff we work for it, we grind for it in the game and stuff. These kids, they don't want to get it, man. I mean, I mean, if you add up all your microtransactions, 9 times out of 10, they're more than a DLC would cost you, bro. I mean, just being totally honest about it, and straight up, they really are. I mean, and stuff that should be in the game from the start is now we get a half friggin', we get a, like I said, a shell of a game with absolutely the promise of some microtransactions being put in it. I mean, PUBG didn't even have microtransactions till the past few months. I mean, you bought the game, you played the game, that was it. I mean, it was it. You got battle points to buy some cosmetics in the game with, and that was all you got. I mean, as simple as that. I mean, what, 40 $35, $40 game. It wasn't that bad. The price of the game wasn't. And now it's got microtransactions all in it. I mean, on loot boxes. I mean, and loot boxes, you know, to me, loot boxes on those games is just about stupid, because on a battle royale game, is stupid, because I mean, it's not going to affect your abilities to play that game. I mean, yeah, you might look a little stiff here doing it, but you don't have to have them, and it will not change your it won't change your experience with the game. All the guns are there, they drop randomly. I mean, and believe it or not, Fortnite, when it first came out, it had the loot boxes, and I don't know if they ever removed it from the PvE of it, but in the PvE of it, it had loot boxes. And the reason I honestly know this is because I bought that game when it came out, before it was ever a battle royale. I genuinely liked it, man. I mean, to be totally honest about it, I genuinely liked the game. I really did. I honestly, genuinely liked the game, and thought that when the battle royale is cool. I mean, it honestly is, because you gotta be strategic about it. I mean, you know, to win, you gotta choose when to fight or when to just let them pass you by, you know. Save the fight to the end. I mean, you know, and I genuinely do like the battle rules. They can't keep my attention long, but I mean, to be totally honest, they can't keep my attention long at all. But that's just from playing games like this that you know, that I'm used to getting a lot of loot and stuff like that from. I mean, over the past few years, since Call of Duty has had such a decline, I mean, I've went to games like this that, you know, like I said, that yeah, it has microtransactions, but they're not completely shoved down your fucking throat, bro. I mean, and that's the whole point of it.
The reason I got into Warframe is I had a buddy who was between jobs and didn't have money, so we got it and played together.
Yeah.
I was happy back. Follow my Twitter URL. And we were both happy because we could still game.
Yeah. And I mean, as this game's grown and developed,
Reinforcements available.
This
Do you
is
choose to leave now
one of
or
the
continue fighting?
#1 free to play on Twitch. I mean, absolutely. On Steam, rather, on Steam. Right now on Steam, this game is #1 and been there for a while now, you know. And I mean, it says a lot for a game, dude. I mean, Warframe absolutely is
Thanks for joining.
Is a really good game with I mean, you would honestly expect excuse me, you would honestly expect with it being a free to play, the graphics would be lacking, which is totally not the case with the game. I mean, honestly. Excuse me. And I mean, it's totally not the case with this game. This game has great graphics. I mean,
working on your relic. Find more.
It's a good combination on this game of how they did it. And the microtransactions are fair. I mean, that is one thing you can definitely say, or really fair with the game. And you don't, I mean, when you buy something on the game, you don't feel cheated. I mean, you know, you can honestly say, well, you know.
What made you play the game?
I was into ESO really big, and one of my viewers come in and was telling me about the game and how good the game was, and most know me. I know I like shooters, looters, shooters, and we were talking about Borderlands and how good a game Borderlands was. Where it was a shooter, looter, and one of them said, "Well, you should try Warframe, dude. You would love that game the way you are it, because I love grinding games. I mean, because any game you play, unless you grind at it, that's where you get your best loot to grind, and in my opinion." And he mentioned the game, and I had done decided, because of the way ZeniMax were running ESO, I was going to quit playing that game. And I had played it for a long time, religiously, and I decided I was going to quit playing it, and I want nothing at that point in time that had come out really caught my attention, as being a great game to put any time into, being totally honest. And so I went and watched a few trailers for the game, some gameplay, and I said, damn, that game does look good.
Diablo is pretty good.
Come on.
Yeah, I have Diablo. Yeah, I have Diablo too. And I agree with you. It's a pretty good game. To be totally honest,
The Relic.
But
Hatch open. Finish your mission and find out what's inside.
I just felt that I'm more of into shooters than into melees and stuff like that. And for me to be playing ESO was kind of really a stretch, being the time period it was set in and stuff. But I did enjoy the game and really liked it. To be totally honest, it gave me a different aspect of gaming. Absolutely, ESO did. But, dude, 90% of the time, servers is broke. Doing shit to characters that really did not need to be, dude. And stuff like that just turned me against the game itself. Of not being...
I was a big Battlefield fan until the most recent one.
Everybody says that, dude. I've played the Battlefields, you know what I mean? I've honestly played them and enjoyed them too, dude. But everybody says that the last one really kind of did them in, myself, I was a major Call of Duty fan, dude. Absolutely. I lived and breathed Call of Duty, bro. And, just all the loot boxes, the 3 bad games they made in a row. Let's be honest, they made what?
They
3?
Disrespected the player base.
Yeah, I know, dude. I've seen some things on that, about how they just went totally against what the players wanted. Developers, a lot of developers think, we know what they want. We know what you want. Shut up. We know what you
Called them uneducated and said if you don't buy it.
Yeah, well, by God, they got the worst from the way I've seen the results. You know what I mean? If you're going to do a game, bro, about a world event, about, World War II. And to me, that game, Battlefield 5 is what you're talking about, right? That game does not even look in the resemblance of, to be honest, of World War II. Being totally honest about it, I don't see the resemblance. And to be totally honest, I honestly don't. I've heard a lot about what EA did on that one, Those guys are, man, and like you said, to bluntly come out and tell their customer base, well, if you don't like it, don't buy
Yes,
it.
and the story was based on a real story about a group of men, and people complained they were rewriting history.
Well, I mean, to be totally honest,
Available.
sounds to me like they were rewriting history. You know what I mean, bro? That kind of really favors it a lot, in my opinion, that they are trying to rewrite history. And, I mean, it's not good, bro. I mean, a lot of people take a lot of the contents of video games being as being accurate. I mean, and for those guys to do that, I
We're
mean,
done here. The extraction team will
I
take
can't
over
believe
from
they're
here.
so
Time to
self-righteous.
evacuate.
They told the players if they didn't like it, don't buy it. I mean, hell of a PR they got going there, ain't they? I mean, in my opinion, bro, that's a hell of a PR they got going there when they tell their player base that if you don't like it, don't buy it. I mean, either they're awfully damn conceited or they're so damn rich by now they don't care. You know what I mean, man? Because I mean, that's shitty, bro. I mean,
These men sacrificed, and then you are telling their story to push an agenda. Let these soldiers at least have their stories.
exactly, dude. I agree with you 100%. They, like you said, our veterans sacrificed their lives for us, and I mean, in the world itself, dude, they're not getting the recognition they should be getting. I mean, and seriously, they're not. And then, like you said, these guys want to dishonor them that much, bro. I mean, that's really bad, dude. That they would ever even go there, man. I mean, honestly, that's a slap to those guys' face to even say, to even throw out something like that and it be that. I mean, honestly, man, that's sad, but I'm a firm believer in the veterans, and that where they
You can mess with a lot of things, just not veterans.
absolutely, dude. I mean, our veterans don't get a fair shake as it is, bro. I mean, not just
Thanks
our
for
veterans,
joining.
all veterans don't get a fair shake, dude. They go do stuff they don't want to do, but they do it for their country, and they come back here anyway, and the country half-ass shits on them and stuff. And you want to show me a good politician?
If you were going to make up parts of the story, why not just create a new one?
Yeah, I agree. Why didn't they? And call it fictional instead of being, you know. I agree with you, bro. I honestly do. I mean, that's the problem with times. They it's all these. I mean, I'm not down on women's rights or nothing of the sort, but I know it pertains in that case a lot of about the woman character they're using, right? And where it's really inaccurate, and everybody got mad about it from the best of my knowledge. And then they come and this one dude, one of the developers, what was it? He said he couldn't look his daughter
I am a
in the
veteran,
face.
and this sickens me.
And I can honestly see why it sickens you too, bro. I mean, and God bless you for serving the country, dude. I mean, absolutely, and I mean that wholeheartedly too, dude. Not many will sacrifice like that for the countries, not just the United States, but all countries. Not many want to do that sacrifice, and God bless you for your sacrifices, dude, and I really mean that. I'm a firm believer in the veterans. The veterans don't get a fair shake. these politicians, that's like I was going to say, you want to show me a good politician? You show me one that will absolutely do for the veterans, and then I'll call them a good politician. Until then, they're bottom-feeding crooks. I mean, we got the VA hospitals. They can't get in half the time and get the care they honestly deserve. I mean, here it is, a congressman and stuff. They get paid for the rest of their life, man, $300,000 and $400,000 a year, and our veterans get hardly anything, and they get fit for their check, bro. I mean, what kind of fucking country are we running, dude? I mean, honestly, that the veterans don't get half what they
I
should.
think for the most part they do while they are in, but as soon as you get out, it's thanks, see ya.
Yeah, I agree with you. As long as you're in, you know, they're halfway decent to you, but like you said, once you're out, it's we'll see you. Don't want to, absolutely don't want to make it up to you guys, period. And it's sad, bro. I mean, it's honestly really sad that, what in the fuck? Man, I'm telling you, dude, I got so many friggin' it's beyond sad, man. I mean, you know, just because you went on to civilian life doesn't mean that you honestly don't deserve for what you have worked for there, sacrificed your life. I mean, and it's really sad. I mean, they could do better for veterans. I mean, honestly, they could absolutely do better for veterans, and they choose not to. But and I mean, that's like people on Social Security that when you become elderly and stuff, and you know, people think, well, they got the Social Security, they're living high. Hell no, they're not, man. They're made. It's anyone will tell you, I would rather be working. I mean. And then they make things right for them. I mean, our elderly does not get a fair shake either, dude. I mean, and that's sad. I mean, the elderly does not get a fair shake because they act like you're stealing money from them. You paid in, man. I mean, you paid it in, therefore you're entitled to it, and you got whoever the fuck saying, oh no, they can't have it, you know, I mean, or they'll give them a cost of living raise every, what, 2 or 3 years if they're lucky, and then that's like $10 or $20, I mean, and here it is, gas in some places, I mean, I've seen it.
Get ready for a capsule.
Around where I live, I've seen it like $3 and it was right at $3 a gallon back just last month. I think it's come back to about $2.60 something. And I mean, people on fixed incomes.
Also, when people get home from war, they sit them in a room with the fresh out of college psychiatrist to relate to these young men.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like they really know how to talk to them and deal with them and stuff, bro. They do this. They do that to a lot of them. I mean, it's to get the opinion they want to be able to deny them any kind of benefits, dude. And I mean that's the bottom line truth, bro. You know what I mean?
Someone who has seen war doesn't want to hear anything from someone who hasn't lived it.
Exactly, bro. I agree with you. There's literally no way that they have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I mean, you know, absolutely, I agree with you. They positively have no idea what they will be talking about. I mean, they do stupid. Our government is out to screw the typical people, the everyday people, we should say, other than that, you know, they do is, I mean, they sure.
The relic has been cracked.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Hello, Akira. How's Akira doing today? What games you got on Xbox there, Miss Akira?
Another life support capsule available.
I'm getting on Warframe.
Oh, you getting on? Okay. But no, dude, you're totally right, man. I mean, you honestly are, and I mean, and like you said, no veteran wants to sit and talk about what they've had to do to someone that hasn't went through it because of the simple fact of being judged for what they did. I mean, you know what I mean, bro. I mean, a damn dummy would understand that, bro. That, you know, that they don't. And look how, you know, a lot of the veterans got treated after Vietnam and those wars, man. I mean, those guys never got the recognition and stuff. The World War II veterans went down as heroes, and the Vietnam veterans went down as...
They should spend money and send someone who has been through it full ride so they can talk to these young men.
Yes, sir, instead of getting these old pissy-ass college kids that have no idea what they're talking. Even if they do open up, would have no idea what they're talking about, bro.
Life support has arrived.
I agree with you, bro, 100%. I mean, it's sad. And then you throw in that the government is...
They read it in a book.
Oh, yeah, they read it in the book. I give them life experience about
so
people.
They know it.
Yeah.
Extraction is available.
You know well as I do, bro. They don't know jack shit, bro. I mean, honestly. Guys like that don't know crap. All they know is it's got a paycheck involved in it, and they're going to absolutely give the word to the one that is paying them, and I mean that because they want their business. Very few will ever go against what very few will ever go against like Social Security. Or
so they get no
VA.
help and self-medicate with depressant and then they spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Follow my Twitter URL.
I agree with you, dude, 100% about that. And they do, bro. You know, they self-medicate, and then they wonder why most veterans come back to be alcoholics and have drug problems because they're not getting the help they need, and they're not going to. Is the sad thing. I mean, but they want to have, but you know, and you know, then God forbid, so many come back to be homeless any damn way of where our government does and the
Most
way they
military
do.
veterans don't want medication, they want to work through it and fix it, but the tools aren't there.
Yep, exactly, dude. I agree with you, bro.
Thanks for joining.
I mean, they went off and fought for the country. They gotta have somewhat a lot of pride to them anyway, bro. I mean, seriously. And like you said, they don't want to come back to no pity and shit. They want what's justly give to them and should be justly give to them anyway, in my opinion. Whip on her is a damn beast, bro. But I mean, maybe one day we'll rise above all this. They done. I mean, but until then, I honestly don't know, dude. I mean, you know, I hope we do, you know, as a society, I hope we do. I mean,
most guys I know see getting help as being weak, and if they know that other people struggle with it, they will seek the help.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, it should have a lot better awareness to it. I mean, that these guys are... It's sad, dude. I mean, the help should always be there. I mean, and they know it's there to get instead of, like you said, taking them in, evaluating them. Some old pissy ass just out of school psychiatrist that don't know if there's an hole in the ground to say whether they're worthy of the help. I mean,
That's it. You
know what I mean? That's a really bad thing.
Come on.
Want to group up?
Well, yes, I do. Let me evac right here, and we sure will. Oh, young lady. These are randoms anyway.
Life support incoming.
I know it's a drastic difference, but same idea.
Warframe
It is, bro. I agree with you 100%. I honestly do. I mean, it's a total shame.
Your life support capsule is now available.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, the veterans should come first, bro. I mean, seriously, in my opinion.
But these politicians don't ask the people in the trenches.
No, they sure don't, bro, and they'll be the first to throw the blame on you and cast judgment, knowing they sent you there, dude. I mean, that's the shittiest part of the whole deal, bro. They do not care to point a finger and blame the military for their decisions. I mean, at the end of the day, and all said, it is their decision that that caused the military to be there. And then they'll throw the blame on the military, that the military is the reason it happened. I mean, it's just the way they do it, bro. I mean,
Don't forget the reactant. You need more. That's Relic. Life has been replenished.
Nothing is done without an order being given.
exactly. I agree with you 100%. There's nothing done without order being given. And these guys, they want to point the finger at the military when it was their decisions that got them there. I mean, and then they want to turn their back on them.
That should keep you going for a while.
Don't worry, Kira. I'm working on it for the leave.
10-0. Prepare for life support.
It's been under me.
I quit watching NFL because of the kneeling BS.
Oh, the kneeling bullshit, yeah.
Is now available.
I have watched it since 5th grade.
Yeah. Never was that much into football, bro. To be totally honest. I never was into that Caneway. I know it's faker, nothing of the sort, but
Get ready for a capsule.
Gotta run, bud. Nice chatting. It's been a while. Have a good weekend.
You too, bro. You have a great weekend.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Talk to you later, MR excitement.
Yeah. Man. Something insecure been done. I'm about ready to dashboard on this bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna leave a bunch of pricks. I know I did. I'll be right back.